Yeah. So we were working on this part, right? So here we have added, let's go to the product. Let's add some card, add to cart, add to cart. Now if you go back to the cart, here we are able to change it. 3 here, something like this. And if I remove it, we have removed it. So this part is working. So let's do one thing. Here, let's change this nav links. Okay, instead of about us contacts, let's add some other options. So what I will do, I will go to this nav.jsx. I will just remove these two options, about us and contacts. Instead of that, let's try to add here options like men's, here like women's, and here something like kids. And here I will change the route also. Men's, here women's, here kids. So if I go back here, it looks like this. Now men's, women's, kids. And if you want, we can change this background color also. So here for nav.css, instead of adding this background color, I can simply add here background color as a white or something like white smoke, and content color, we can add something else. Maybe like black I will add. And if you want, you can select some color here. Something like this we can add. So let's see how it looks. So it looks something like this. So it got a white. Acha. This color I have to add to my anchor text. So here, yeah, this color we will add to the anchor text. So it looks like this now. Okay, and here we are getting this one right. So this part we will change. So I will go to that index.css. Here we added some manual colors for BG dark and button dark, right? So here, what else we have? No, here we do no need to do any changes. If you want, you can remove this right now. You can comment this part, and we can go to that button, logout button. Yeah, here instead of outline danger, I will just add btn hyphen danger. So it looks like this. Okay, this profile. Here also our text was white. So I will remove the text from here. So it will show in this. So just little bit changes I have done to this nav bar now. So it looks like this. If I click on home, we are back to home. If I click on cart, we are back to cart. Okay, I will go back to that cart once. In pages, we have cart component. Now here, did I decrease any width? Yeah, here I made width 50, right? I will remove this width 50 so that it will take complete width, 100% it will take. So now what I want to do is, I want to implement total price component here. So right now here we are displaying cart details, but here I want to display that total amount also and checkout button. So something like this I want to do. Right now we have this cart component. in this cart component, here I want to display all the cart details like this. And then here I want to display the total amount. Like based on my cart items, I want to display here amount. And here some discount or service charge I want to add. And finally, here I want to add one button to checkout. So if we click on checkout, we can just navigate to the checkout page where we can ask user to enter his details like his name, address. Then we can ask him to enter his uh, account details like that. So this is how this structure I want. So for this, we need to create this component. So I will just say that something like checkout component I will add, or instead of checkout, we can add total amount component also, something like that. So under this components, I will create one subfolder called total amount, and that I will create one file total amount dot .jsx. Here I am creating the component total amount. So what I want here is, so first let me take one container fluid. I will take p-3 I will do. In this container fluid, I will create one row. In that row, I will create two columns. One column should take 6 column space. Another column should take around 4 column space. So here I will just add something like subtotal. And here I just want to mention some value. Okay, right now I'm just adding here some value. 133, $4 like this. And to this we can add bg dark, text white. Let's see how it looks, this total amount. Like this, I want one more row where I can add service charge or something like delivery charge around $5. And then I can add one more row. Here I can say total amount. Okay, right now I'm hard coding all the values. So 134 plus 5, it's like $139. And finally, I want one button here. I will just add one button called checkout. And here I will add a class name btn primary and max hyphen 5. Okay, so just I have created one container in that 4 rows. In first row, 2 columns, subtotal. In second row, delivery charge. And in third row, total amount. Right now, I have hard coded all these values. We have to calculate all these values. Now, this component I will render in my cart. So here I will import total amount component, and this I want to render. So to render this total amount, what we can do is, here something we have to do. Cart map we got, here we got this div. This div is there, right? So I will remove this entire code, or else here only I will add something. I will add one container fluid. Okay. Mm, mm, mm. Should I add here or should I add here? So we have this extra div, right? And from here we are creating all those things. Yeah. Here we can do one thing. We can remove this code from here. I can make here class name container fluid. In this, I can create one row, and in that I can create column hyphen 8 and column hyphen 4. And whatever cart we have, that I will add here. And in column 4, I will render total amount component. Let's see how it looks. So it looks something like this. Okay. But I don't want it should come in this shadow. Shadow effect I will remove from here. This shadow effect I will remove from here. And I will add this shadow effect for this column 8. So that it should look like this now. Yeah. Now this is our cart component. This is our delivery charge component. Now, if you want, you can add in this total amount for rows. We can add my-3. Here also my-3. Here also my-3. And after every row, I will add one horizontal line. HR. Here also HR. Here also I will add my-3. Okay, it looks something like this now. Subtotal, delivery charge, total amount, and we have checkout button. And for this, instead of MX, I will add PX. So this button looks like this. Checkout or proceed for payment. Like this, we can add some button here. Okay, here instead of that, we can add like proceed for payment. Now, if I go back here and if I add some more product in my cart, add like this. And if I go to the cart, it will display this many products. Now what we want to do is based on our cart product, whatever products I have added here, based on this amount should be calculated. If I do any changes here, that should affect this total amount. It should affect that total amount. If you want, you can add here some heading also. So here, if I want, I can add some heading as well. I can create one more row, call hyphen 12. At 6, total amount. Like this, something you can add here. You can give class h4 Yes, like total bill, something like this. Total order details, order details, yes, something. Total order amount details are there. Something I'm adding here. So we got like this. Now here we have to calculate. Now can you guys tell me how to calculate the total amount? First of all, I want to calculate subtotal. Subtotal means I want to add all this price. All this price, whatever products I have added in my cart, that product price I want to add, and whatever amount will be created that I want to add here in the total amount, subtotal. Some delivery charge I have $5. Now I have to add subtotal and delivery charge to create total amount. To create total amount. Okay. So total amount is very clear. Total amount should be calculate like it should be the sum of subtotal plus your delivery charge. So the first question is how to calculate this subtotal. So all this product details we have in the cart, right? In the cart. So first of all, we have to get that cart. So what we can do is in our total amount component, we need to get all the details of the cart. In my cart, how many products I have to get all those products. And from that products, I have to get price of the product plus I have to get the count value. And here there is one drawback, guys. What is that drawback means? Suppose here now my product is added in the cart, right? The moment my product is added in the cart, by default here count I want 1, not 0. So here by default we are showing the count 0. Actually we should not show 0, we should show at least 1 here. We have to start with 1 here. So if I go back to my cart, in the reducer I think we are doing that changes. So if I go to products reducer, while adding the product in the cart here, action.payload.count, we are making it 0. Instead of that, by default, we have to make it 1. So whenever I sign in, whenever I go to products, if I add here something, and if I come back to cart, now by default, it will show 1, 1. Now to calculate subtotal, first of all, we have to calculate the total amount of this product. For that, we have to do this price into count. Here also price into count. Then whatever values we get, we have to add that. We have to add that. So this price into count plus price into count. This is what we have to do. So for this, we have to get the details of this cart. So we can get these details of the cart from the Redux. So for that, we have to import use selector hook here. And we can call that use selector hook. And from this use selector hook, we can return only cart details. So to get only cart details, we have to say store dot products reducer dot cart. Now it will return all the cart products. It will return all the cart products. We got all the cart products. Now this cart product is one array. It is one array. So your cart product, now cart product will be one array. In that you have right now two objects. You have two objects. Because right now in your cart, you have added only two products. So in your cart product, you have two objects now. In both these objects, you have price property with some value, and you have count property with some value. Here also you have price. Here you have count. So what you have to do first now is, first for this product, we have to do price into count. Plus, for this product also, we have to do price into count. 1000. Then whatever after price into count, and after adding, whatever amount we will get, that we have to assign to subtotal. We have to assign to subtotal. We have to assign to subtotal. Then subtotal plus your delivery charge is equals to your final total, So now the question is, from this array, how to get these two properties and add its value and get the final result? Which function we have to use for this? How to do this calculation? Because already we got the array. We have the array now. So from Redux, we have took the array. So how to calculate the subtotal? Anyone have idea? Just think 2 minutes, guys. Just think 2 minutes how to do that. Which method or function we have to use.
Here, here we use the map function, and we can select those particular field, like is it count and the price.
Okay, using map, we can get that count and price. We can multiply it, and then we can add all those amounts, and we can get the subtotal. Will we get the subtotal like that? Or we will get just details of, amount of price into count. So what you are going to get if you use map? Can you guess? So just think, if you use map, what you can do. Using map, you can multiply your price and count. Just think what you can do. Using map,
We assign first the sub amount of state variable, and we can store inside that by using the map.
okay, let me do one thing. Just give me 1 minute. Yeah, so what we will do means, first we will try to do this operation in use effect hook. So here let's call use effect hook. It takes one callback function. Here we will take this cart product. On that we will apply map. Now map will take one callback function. Okay. And that callback function will give you the access of each and every product in this cart. So once I have the access of each and every product, from this product, I will access price. And this price value, I will multiply with product dot count value. So I'm accessing count and price, and I'm multiplying it. And then finally, whatever result I will get, I want to return it. So if you have just only one statement, no need to add return statement, no need to add curly braces. So now what this map will do, for every product, it will access price value, it will access count value, it will multiply it, and it result it will store in the new array. So basically it returns a new array in which you will have the price after multiplying price into count. So if I just do here console.log of new array, let's see what it prints. So here if you see there is some error, let's check. Go to the inspect. Console.log. Okay, here I have to make it cheap. Okay, we got here. So I'll just go to the home. I will click on this cart. The moment I click on the cart, here I got it. 2255 because this is 1 1. Now here suppose I make it 4 and here if I make it 3. Okay. And if I go back to home, again if I come back to cart, now here I got 89.2, here 167.97. If I reduce it to 2, if I reduce it to 1 only, okay, again here also we have to write some logic. So it is going back to 0, it should not go back to 0, it should be 1 only. So now here if I go back to home, again if I come back to cart, now see here we got 44.6 because 22.3 plus 22.3, it's 44.6, and here we got 55.9. Now what we have to do, we have to add this both the values. Then you will get the subtotal. You have to add this both the values. Now can you tell me how to add that both the values? Here we are getting the array in which we have total amount of all the products. But now we have to add that amount also. So what we can do, because this part will return one array, on that array again I can call for each. Now for each will take again one callback function. In that callback function, I can access the amount of product. Okay. And that amount of product I want to add with each other. So for this, I can take one variable here where amount equals to 0. And here I can add it. Amount equals to amount plus amount of the product. So initially amount will be 0, 0 plus first product. Whatever value you will get, you will assign that to amount only. Again, you will get next product, it's amount you will get, so amount plus amount of product. So in this way, you will be able to add the total price of all the products and you will get the final one. And that value you can update in your state. You can update in your state. So what I can do for that is I can create one state here. Use state const, I will say here total amount, comma set total amount. Here I can get use state. Initially it will be 0. Now this total amount I will update. I will update into total amount. How to update? For that we have to call set total amount and here we have to pass amount value. So this final amount value will be stored in our total amount and that total amount I can append here. Or instead of total amount, we will get confused. Here I will say sub total amount. Here also I will make it sub total amount. Here also sub total amount. Now here I can just add dollar sub total amount plus 5, because here delivery charge right now I have made it static only, but again in future you can get this dynamic value. Here you can add dynamic value. Subtotal we got it, and here what we have to add, here we have to add this sub total amount. Now let's come back here. Now if I go back to my home, come back to my cart, so here I got it 105, it's like 105. So now we have to check whether it is calculating properly or not. So here you will have 56, here we will have 44. So if I just decrease it, it should affect this total amount. See, the moment I decrease it, it will not. Okay, which we don't want to make it 0. So for this, what we can do is we can go back to our cart, and here we want it should be greater than or equals to 1, so that it should not go less than 1. If I come back here, if I come to cart, so it's going 0, it should be greater, not equals to. Let me remove. Now let me remove all this. Let me go to the products. Let me check if everything is saved. Add to product, add to cart, add to cart. 3 products I have added. If I go to cart, yes, by default 1. If I click on minus, not going back. Here I am clicking, it's not going. Now if I click on 2, I got it. Here also I got it. But see, here it is giving lot of decimals, so we can round it. We can use our JavaScript math related functions and we can round that value. So what I can do here is, this subtotal value is the right. This I can add in the math.round. Okay, this is a JavaScript predefined function. So it will just round your value. Here also, I will do the same. Math.round, and I will add that value. Now we got like this. It is just going to round your value, apart from that, nothing. So here we got 1, 1. Let me remove this. Let me remove this. So we have 22, 5. Here we got 27. If I add 45, it got updated here also. Here also, if I just right click and check inspect, so here we got this. So here, if you want, you can add one dependency, that is cart products also. So whenever this cart product gets updated, we want that new value. Suppose if I don't add this right now, let's see how it works. So it is working fine here. If I'm increasing or decreasing count, it is affecting here. But let's assume that if I add a new product here, okay, before that, let me reduce it to 1. Right now it's 22. If I go to new product, and if I add here this new product 55, and if I go back here, here we got it. So it's getting updated here. But for save side, what we can do is we can add here cart product as well. So whenever my cart product gets updated, at that time only this use effect should be called. And in that use effect, again get the cart products details, map it. Or else if you don't add this dependency called card products. Okay, dependency means you have to add array. If you don't add it, in that case, what happens whenever your component gets updated, unnecessarily it will be called. So we want this code should get executed only if card product gets updated. Only card product gets updated. So here we are able to get it. Now, if you click on this proceed for payment, then you have to just go to the checkout page. You have to just navigate to the checkout page. So for that, you can simply import your link component and you can just wrap this button into the link component. Here I can add two. Okay, right now I will just add here slash checkout. We don't have checkout component. If you want, you can add that checkout component later on. And if I click on this, now I'm navigating to the checkout component. Right now, we did not develop any checkout component, so let's do one thing. Just for temporary purpose, we will develop here one implementation component. Implementation component. Okay, just we will add one message like uh, component is under implementation like this. Implementation.jsx. Just creating one component here. Yeah, some gets to I will add. I will say that. Sorry for inconvenience. Okay, feature is under implementation. Okay, some message I'm adding. Here I will just add some bootstrap classes. Empty -5 will not work. Text center. Here text -danger. Here font weight bold. Apart from this, we can add here style attribute. Margin top. I will just add here 150 pixel. Let's see how it looks. Just I have added one implementation component. Now what I want to do is whenever I visit checkout, right now we did not develop, so we have to show this implementation component in that place. So just we have to do changes in the route part. We can go to the routes. Here we can import implementation component and we can add some routes here. One route for men, one for women, one for kid, one for checkout. So here means I will just say here implementation component. Now I can copy this, I can paste here. Here just women's. Here also I can paste. I will say kids. And here I will say checkout. So if I go back here, sorry for inconvenience, feature is under implementation. And class display 3. So it looks maybe display 4, 2, 1. Okay, we can just add one break statement here. Here we can add font weight bold. something like this. Okay. So now whenever you are in home, okay, if you click on men's, convenience feature is under implementation. Women's also same, kids also same. Profile, you can show it. Cards, you got it. It's working again. If I go here, you can show something. Your home. Okay. So now here we are adding products. Then we will remove this products part also. Instead of that, you can add some other link here. Women, men's, kids. And here you can add something else like a fashion or mobiles or something like this. In future, you can create components for all these categories. So you can make all this into links. Like if I click on electronics, then land on electronic components, show only electronic products. If I click on mobiles, then you have to just show mobile products. And if I click on grocery, you have to show only grocery product. And same thing like this, you can show all the products in the card formats. Add to cart product details. If you click on product details, navigate to the product details. Again, here, if you click on back to product, you should be able to come back to product. From here, you should be able to add. And if you go back here, you got here one more product. And if I click on proceed for payment, you get into the checkout page and just check checkout page templates. So you guys are aware about flows also, right? Because we have done a lot of online shopping, so we know what after clicking on that, what page should come. Checkout, or here we can say payment page. So we can ask details to the user. Shipping details we can ask before we move to the payment page. That is how you can do that. If you click on logout, you should go back. So now if you have a server-side application, what you basically will do, so whenever user enters email ID and password, and if he clicks on sign in, first you will check whether he entered proper data or not. If you want to do some validations, you can do using rejects. If everything goes well, then you will send this email ID and password to the backend development, backend application. Now backend application will receive this data. Now how to send the data to backend application? For this, we have to use post request. And already we have seen the post request, right? While working with that JSON server. The same thing, you have to send email ID and password in object format. Now they will receive your credentials in backend. They will do some kind of calculation and they will tell you whether this user is valid user or invalid user. So that response they are going to send. So if he is a valid user, then you have to navigate him to the home page. If he is not valid user, then you have to show here some alert message to him. Like email ID is wrong or password is wrong or user doesn't exist, create account, based on what response you will get from server. Now what features they have implemented in the backend depends upon that. Suppose they are checking email ID, they are checking password also. If email ID is wrong, they will send a response that email is not matching. If password is wrong, they will send a response that password is not matching. So based on that response, we have to decide what should be our next step. Whether you want user to navigate to the home page or not. Or still you want to keep your user at this page only. And by showing here some alert message to the user, what is going wrong. So now, few things you have to implement. You have to think and you have to implement. This part I will tell you how to do. I will just give you one backend API. So I will show you how the backend application will be and how we are going to send the data with the login details. So here I won't explain you backend application part. I will just explain you the flow. Okay, this is how the flow is going on. So as a front-end developer, you have to know only front-end part. No need to know about the backend part. If you know backend, then you can implement backend part as well. So the people who are from UI full stack, what we will do for this application only, we will develop APIs in the backend using Node.js. And we'll integrate this part. Right now we are using fake store API. Some third-party APIs, how they have developed APIs like that, we will develop our own APIs using Node.js and Express.js. And then we will try to integrate this application with that APIs. That is what we are going to learn in the backend part of the Node and Express. Yeah. Now, how many of you completed? Till what extent you have completed? Can I know? So one by one, can you guys share your screen and show how much you have done? Yeah, who wants to go first? I think already last time Mansoor shown, right? Yeah. Okay, whatever we have learned, only that part we are applying here. Create account, you will go to the sign up. Here we will add the data. And if you click on sign up, all this data we will send to the server. Now server will send one response to us that, okay, data is successfully stored in the database. Then once successfully data stores in the database, we will navigate him to the login page directly. We'll navigate him directly to the login page. If you go back here, then here we can add it. Click on sign in. We will navigate user to the this part. Now, if user is logging as an admin, okay, let's assume that user is logging as an admin and click on sign in. Just we will show here one upload button. Now, if you click on upload, again, we will show one form where user can add some product information and he can add that product inside the cart, inside that application. So like this, you can enhance this application as much as you want. If you sit, you can enhance it. You can work for 15 days, you can work for 1 month, you can work for 2 months, and you can implement lot of things. If you see here, here we have implemented filtering feature. But filtering feature we are implementing only on one parameter, that is category. Now, if you want, you can implement same filtering feature based on different parameters, based on rating, based on price, based on category, like that. Just you have to change the layout. Now I'm showing this like this, everything on the top. Instead of that, here you can create some layout. So three filtering you can create based on brand, based on price, and based on category, like that. Concept will be same. Just extra options will be added. Yeah. So how much you have done, guys? And from 26th, we are starting with Angular, guys. The people who are in the full stack, for them, I'm starting Angular from the 26th at same time, 8 to 9. Okay. So the people who enrolled for full stack, UI full stack, for them, Angular is free. Remaining thing, like remaining people, if you want to learn Angular, you can join it. So from 26th August at same time, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., I'm starting with Angular, and in between September, maybe after 15th, around 16, I am planning Node.js in the morning slot from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. So Angular will be going on 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. slot, and Node.js I will start at maybe in the 16th September, exactly after 1 month, from 7 to 8 a.m. Okay, still date is not finalized, but approximately I'm thinking it should start by 16. So now I am just taking UI full stack in the morning. So right now we have entered into CSS. So I will finish CSS and JavaScript within 1 month. And then at that slot, I will start with backend part so that UI full stack people also can join, and current UI full stack people also can join that Node.js and this Express.js. If I just wait for Angular to finish, then it will take a lot of time, because Angular again, it will finish in the mid of October. And again, starting in the mid of October, then it will go till November. So that is the reason I'm planning to start Node.js in 7 to 8 a.m. slot, so that current UI full stack people also can attend backend, because to understand Node.js, Express.js, we should have knowledge on JavaScript. So for them, within 1 month, I will finish JavaScript and CSS, so they can also learn Node.js in that particular slot. Okay. So tomorrow, can I expect output from you guys? So tomorrow I'm expecting, guys, okay? Tomorrow you have to show output. Once you show that, then I can explain that login part. Yeah, that's all guys from my end. If you have any doubts, let me know. If you don't have any doubts, yeah, you guys can drop.